Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? Oh my goodness. Hello and welcome back to Gabe in the Kitchen. For those who are new here, welcome to Gabe in the Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a delicious Viennese biscuit, chocolate dip. For this recipe, you're going to need Right, so this is a very easy recipe. We're just gonna get our very room temperature softened butter in our mixing bowl. Just need a large bowl. You can do this by hand, but it's a lot quicker to use a hand whisk. Do you call it hand whisk or hand mixer? Right, to our butter, we're gonna add our icing sugar. It looks so similar to the cornstarch. I had to literally taste it to make sure. Anyway, I'm gonna sift that in because ours has been sitting around for a bit and it's a little bit, I don't know, it's starting to take on moisture, so it's not as smooth. Then any straddlers at the bottom, you can leave that because those tend to be like really hard. So leave those. Then all we're gonna do, medium speed, we're gonna mix this till we get a nice buttercream consistency. Like it's gonna be like really pale, nearly white. At this point, you want to make sure your oven is preheating to 180 degrees Celsius. That is 356 Fahrenheit. If you're in America or anywhere else that uses Fahrenheit. But yes, 180 degrees Celsius. So at this point, we've got our nice buttercream. Just going to add our vanilla to that. Give it a stir. You can do this over there with the hand mixer, but it's unnecessary. I don't think it's necessary. You can do it with your hand at this point. And then we're gonna sift in our flour half at a time. So half goes in. Melts on tongue where dreams ignite. Viennese whisk. Gently stir that in, so just combined. In the dark embrace, chocolate river, sweet the taste. And the other half goes in. Now, if your mixture ends up too dry, you can always add like a tablespoon of milk, and that should fix your issue. Dip just right, drizzle cocoa sharp like knives, sweet salvation keep me alive. Choir hums from sugar skies, cakes that hold 1,000. And that is it, your Viennese swirl, literally all done. That simple. Okay, so let's talk about the baking tray. So all you're gonna need is you're gonna have to draw out like a template 2-inch circles on the back of your baking tray. Get yourself a 2-inch cookie cutter. You get a pen and just draw like 2-inch circles all around. Make sure you space them out and then flip this because you want to pipe on the back. You don't want to pipe on ink. And that's literally it. That's your guide to pipe your mix. Now this here is just a reusable piping bag with a 1M nozzle attachment. This is what makes that signature swirl shape. Use your nozzle to sort of figure out where you're going to cut. You want to cut just the same height as the nozzle on your piping bag, and that will do. You just pop your nozzle in and it will go right to the bottom if you do it right, and it will stay there because it will be the right shape and size. Now grab yourself a cup, put your piping bag in there, and this is going to help you to pipe your mixture. It's going to keep everything nice and stable, and it's going to be easy to just get your mixture straight in rather than using your hand. Yep, that's simple. And then just spoon your mixture straight into your cup and then try and get as much in there as possible. Don't worry, there's a lot of excess space outside the cup, so you can squeeze as much in as your heart desires. Go for it. Because of how small the cup or the piping bag is, we're gonna have to do this in at least 2 batches. So don't fret if your piping bag is as small as mine. Just get as much in as possible and do two rounds. Simple as that. Now you just want to grab your bag and spin. Spin.
So we're going to be piping into the circles that we drew out earlier. Remember, this has been flipped over. You're not piping over the ink. So it's very simple, very, very simple. All you want to do is start in a middle. So start to the center. I'll do here so you can actually see. So start in the center, make sure you get a nice dollop in there, and then you just want to go clockwise or anti-clockwise, whatever tickles your fancy, and then go round and round till you come back to the center. You want to finish in the center just to make the middle a bit more upright. And that is it. That's a Viennese swirl. Very easy. Now your mixture, it can be very thick. If it's thick, you might have to warm it up a little bit in your hands. If it's, you know, if you've got the muscle power for it, just squeeze through. So yeah, here's the second one. Just swirl all the way around, end in the middle. You can end on the side and you'll get a flatter biscuit. That is absolutely fine, but I tend to like the nice thick rise in the middle, so I tend to end in the middle. But yeah, the option is absolutely yours. Yeah, I'm just going to reuse the old bag. So I know it's a bit nasty, but just open the bag again and put your mixture straight back in there. Like, oh, why not? It's going to be a bit, yeah, it's going to be a bit messy, but at least you save on the single-use plastic waste, okay? So just put everything back in there, and it saves you trying to dig out your nozzle from the bottom of the bag and getting a new bag and all that. So just reuse the bag, guys. It's not the end of the world.
Now before I bake, I'm just going to chill these for about 5 to 10 minutes just to help retain the shape when it does bake. Optional, but I recommend highly.
Now we're going to bake at 180 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes. Keep an eye out for a light gold brown on the edges. All in hearts and case. Break me, split me, take that bite. Never plain, always dip just right.
So at this point, they look pretty good. They've lost a significant amount of shape, but you can still see as well, so they look pretty good. I'm pleased with that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna leave them to cool on here for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes is probably plenty. And then we're gonna transfer to the cooling rack to make it cool completely before we do the next step, which is to temper our chocolate using the microwave method, nice and easy, nice and quick. And then we'll dip, let's see if I can grab one. We'll dip the entire bottom half in that chocolate. It's gonna be delicious. Okay guys, so now that everything's nice and cool, we're just gonna temper our chocolate. So you know, the traditional microwave method. If you want to see how we do it, I'll leave a link here so you can check out a video that goes into great detail on how to do it properly, but also I'll leave another one up there on how to do the microwave method, which is basically 30-second bursts, stir it and then add the rest. Easy, but I'll skip all that, you don't have to see it again. Now that our chocolate is tempered, we're just gonna grab our cookies, dip them in, give them a nice good twirl. You wanna get them basically a little bit up the sides. You can leave it nice and thick like that, but that's a bit too much and the chocolate's not gonna go around. So give it a light, gentle scrape on your spoon and then straight onto your greaseproof, like so.
Dip me in the dark embrace, chocolate river, sweet the taste, layers crumble, world erased, Viennese calling, hearts encased. Dip me in the dark.
Obviously, if you want to make all your biscuits chocolate, you're gonna have to double the amount of chocolate, which for me wasn't worth it, so I'm sticking to 100 grams, but by all means do 200 grams if that is what you want. And there you have it, absolutely delicious Viennese swirls dipped in chocolate, or I guess dipped and covered, based with chocolate, whatever. Viennese swirls with chocolate, absolutely delicious. Obviously our chocolate didn't get to the whole batch, but these are gonna be absolutely heavenly. But guys, If you like what you've seen, please don't forget to give this video a like. In fact, let me demonstrate how melt in the mouth this is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? Oh my goodness. That absolutely just melts in your mouth, guys. I promise if you give this a go, you will not regret it. These are absolutely heavenly, divine. Paired out with some chocolate. Ooh! And you're cooking on gas. And that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If we have provided any kind of value, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye. And enjoy these if you make them.